Good evening, everybody. Ollamh here, and I had a topic that I've seen a lot of people talking about lately, a lot of posts about, hearing people talk about it, that is just, it drives me crazy that people actually feel this way. I've heard a lot lately about how mankind created time. Humans created time, and time doesn't really exist except for humans. It's a perceived thing. And wow, that is wrong. That is all kinds of wrong. Not only is it wrong, it's egotistical and stupid. And I'm going to explain why. Mankind did not create time. It is not a figment of our imagination. We defined and measured time. That is what humans did. And we did that so that we could make sense of this universal force. Picture it like this. What do you need in order to move? You need a placement in the standard XYZ, the standard 3 dimensions. You also need energy in order to move from one spot to another, but you also need time in order to move. If there wasn't time, nothing could move. If humans created time, then that meant that there was no time for anything to move before humans came about. Think about this. You need time in order to age. You are going to age whether you believe in time or not. Whether you accept that time exists or not, time affects you. You are going to age. Children are going to grow into adults. Adults are going to grow old. And eventually we are all going to die. This is the effects of time. If time was a human creation, then, well, let's see here. The dinosaurs never would have been born, grow old, and die. Dinosaurs would never have existed. No creatures would have existed. Nothing would have existed before human beings came up with the concept of time. This should help point out how stupid it is to say that time doesn't exist. That would be like saying that gravity didn't exist until Isaac Newton came up and defined and really pointed out what gravity is and came up with a definition of gravity and some form of a way to measure gravity. Before that, gravity didn't exist. We were just lucky that the universe didn't realize that gravity didn't exist and we just floated off the planet. There are a lot of things that exist in our world. There are a lot of things that exist in the universe that we have no idea about. It doesn't mean that they don't exist until we define them and measure them ourselves. They still exist. It's just we have no words for them. The sun. The sun is a definition of this great big fiery ball in the center of our solar system. But does that mean that because humans weren't around back in the time of the dinosaurs that the sun didn't exist because nobody had put a name on it? Nobody had put a name on it. Nobody understood what it was. Therefore, it didn't exist? No, it existed. The effects of the sun were still felt on the planet. The Earth itself. Dinosaurs didn't... I seriously doubt that the dinosaurs had a word for the planet that they were on, let alone really understood that they were on a planet. That is a concept that was understood by humans. We have developed the language. We have developed the idea and the explanation and definition for what the Earth is. Does that mean that before those definitions and before those words existed, the Earth didn't exist? No, that'd be stupid. Time exists. It is a law of nature. Just because we put the specific names and decided on how to measure it it doesn't mean that we invented it or we created it, and without us, it doesn't exist. That is so unbelievably egotistical that if we weren't here, time wouldn't exist. We're trying to put too much importance on our existence. For us, our existence is pretty important. For a lot of other creatures and plants and stuff on this planet, no. Human beings really don't amount to much. So I think some of these people are trying to say, hey, well, we are important. Here's why we're important. And it's silly. It's silly. It's stupid. It's wrong. But I would like to know what you have to think. What do you think of time? What is your understanding of time? How do you, if you do believe that mankind created time, explain to me how time affected things before human beings existed. Explain to me what it is that we created in relevance to time. How did we create it? What exactly did we create? How do we make it affect everything in the universe? How do we do that? Leave a comment down below. Let me know. As always, thank you guys very much for watching, and stay tuned for more from Ollamh Productions.
If you wanna see
Cheerio.
YouTube, you have to have spent the time to build up some sort of a community in order to live stream from your phone. Now, I'm sure
We're going way back here.
this, ladies and gentlemen, is an Atari 5200.